My name is Carson Duersch, and I was born in Ogden, Utah. I love to learn and hope to use my trade and skills to start and run a business. During the pandemic, I decided to take my learning into my own hands, and I built several virtual reality games. I ended up learning everything I could about coding and game development during this experience. I'm hardworking and I don't give up. I love tackling challenges and finding solutions to fix everyday problems. I have worked hard to graduate high school with my associate's degree in general education from Weber State University. I want to become a Sterling Scholar because I have a passion for learning and helping others. Becoming a Sterling Scholar would open up more opportunities for schooling and would help me to secure more scholarships to help me grow my knowledge and talents. I know that I will always have a passion for learning, and I will use this skill to help build up others through teaching in both action and words, and through leadership and work-related settings and in my community. I would now like to show you a few of the projects that I've done in my field of expertise. Some of these projects include virtual reality games, and others include more physical hands-on projects. I hope you enjoy. In this first clip, I decided to challenge myself by making a multiplayer virtual reality game. In this game, I decided on an arcade setting and to make or to replicate Connect 4 hoops. In this game, each player tries to score 4 in a row by connecting balls horizontally, vertically, or diagonally by shooting them through virtual hoops. Although I had a few issues, like ownership issues or connectivity issues, I had fun making the game, and I learned a lot about networking and connecting to similar devices. In this second clip, I wanted to explore how procedural generation worked and if I could replicate it for myself. To do this, I was experimenting with Perlin noise. I used a simple two-dimensional array to get the hexagon grid to lay out nicely. Next, I used Perlin noise to get the variations in the y-axis, to make the terrain feel natural, but to also give it that variation and that more organic. In this third clip, I wanted to make a more personal but challenging game that was more just for me and more to just relax. I wanted to, again, make a multiplayer VR game, but instead, this time, it was a zombie shooter. What you would do is the first player would drive the car, while the second player would get in the turret on top and blast away at those zombies. Even though this was a personal project and even though it was kind of simple, I learned a lot. I learned how to use inputs and classes, which are both things that will help me throughout the rest of my programming career. Next, we have a more physical clip of me experimenting with how I can use virtual reality in the physical world. I put a FPV camera on top of a toy train I had sitting around the house, and I was able to ride like I was the conductor of the train. It was really cool as I could see. In this project, I decided to shift away from virtual reality entirely, focusing on how to remotely control something of my own creation. I wanted to take a transmitter and send signals to a receiver, which then an Arduino would pick up and send to a motor controller. The coolest part about this project is it uses the wheel inputs that would usually control a servo, and it would control a motor with it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing my projects in action.